This crumbling house behind me may not look like much, but this is one of the last boarding houses standing in the United States. During the segregation era, these were boarding homes for black travelers, musicians, and artists. This one in 1901 was established as a boarding house and owned by Sarah and Moses Jackson. It is still standing today, although it's in crumbles. It's still being preserved. Key figures such as Martin Luther King, Ray Charles, Ella Fitzgerald, Cab Calloway stayed here. Started out as a 6-bedroom home and grew to 24 bedrooms. It was conveniently located near the railroad station, Tampa Union Station, which opened shortly after this home was built. Sadly, it doesn't look like it's going to last much longer. And quite honest, I don't know how it has survived some of the hurricanes we've had. I think homes like this are really important to the history of cities like Tampa and the United States. I think for future generations to come, it's important to be able to see these things. It's a shame what's allowed to happen to it. The historic Jackson boarding house, originally constructed as a private residence by Moses and Sarah Jackson in the late 1890s, converted by the family and used as a boarding house. With the Jacksons still living inside, the house grew of importance and physical size after the opening of Tampa Union Station, a railroad, passenger, and freight station. The proximity of Jackson's boarding house to the new railroad station, less than 1 block to the east, provided much-needed accommodations for African-American railroad workers and visitors to Tampa. During this time and through the early 1960s, African-Americans were prohibited from staying in white hotels, motels, and boarding houses. Properties like the Jackson boarding house played a crucial role during the segregation era, and though it was not the only boarding house or hotel for black visiting Tampa, it is the only one left remaining. The Jackson family retained the building throughout its time as a boarding house, which concluded in the 1990s, and then maintained it as a private residence until 2010. It's a shame that this is going to one day be gone. I think more should be done to protect historic land sites like this as a testament of what our country has been through. can see all the structuring they've put in to support it, and that's how it has made it through these hurricanes. Looks like they've done a pretty good job reinforcing it. I would love to know if these windows are original. Wow, look at that old woodwork. Pretty darn neat. I would love to be able to get inside. Not sure it would be the safest thing. Just want to walk and show you just how close it is to the railroad station. And it's just that close. Tampa Union Station. This is actually a very beautiful old train station. I've traveled actually out of here before on Amtrak. In 1902, the Seaboard Airline SAL was formed and the Atlantic Coast Line ACL taken over the rail system of Henry B. Plant. Tampa Union Station, built in 1912, was designated by architect J.F. Littner in Italian Renaissance style and served both railroads. The companies contributed $250,000 to build the station, which managed by the Tampa Union Station Company. During the Depression, America's passenger railroad earnings fell by half. Higher revenues during World War II were offset by coast and overworking their stock to meet war needs. To increase profits, they reinvested in a sleeker, more modern rolling stock, resulting in the Steamliner era. Notable trains that served the TUS was the ACL's West Coast Champion, Southwind, the Southland, and SAL's Silver Meteor, Silver Star, and Sunland. In 1971, Amtrak began operating in the nation's passenger rail services and today runs trains out of Tampa's Union Station. In 1991, the nonprofit Tampa Union Station Preservation and Redevelopment purchased the 1.9-acre terminal and baggage building, renovating it in 1998. Ownership was transferred to the city of Tampa. Well, guys, I know this was a short video, but I just really thought this is a cool place. I've driven by it all the time, and I thought it was something that might be of interest to some people. I think preserving Black history is really important for future generations. Let me know if you think Tampa should do more to preserve this. Leave some comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, I'll see you real soon.